The tsunami. A tsunami is a very large and powerful wave caused by the earthquake under the sea. On 26 December 2004, a tsunami hit Thailand and parts of India, such as Andaman and Nicobar Islands, and the Tamil Nadu coast. Here are some stories of courage and survival. Did animals sense that a tsunami was coming? Some stories suggest that they did. These stories are all from the Andaman and Nicobar archipelago. Ignatius was the manager of a cooperative society in Kedhal. His wife woke him up at 6 a.m. because she felt an earthquake. Ignatius carefully took his television set off his table and put it down on the ground so that it would not fall and break. Then the family rushed out of the house. When the tremor stopped, they saw the sea rising in the chaos and confusion. Two of his children caught hold of the hands of their mother, other's father, and mother's brother, and rushed in the opposite direction. He never saw them again. His wife was also swept away. Only the three other children who came with him were saved. Sanjeev was a policeman serving in the Kathal Islands of Nicobar groups of islands. He somehow managed to save himself, his wife, and his baby daughter from the waves, but then he heard cries for help from the wife of John, the guest house cook. Sanjeev jumped into the water to rescue her, but they were both swept away. 13-year-old Magna was swept away along with her parents and 77 other people. She spent 2 days floating in the sea, holding on the wooden door. 11 times she saw a relief helicopter overhead, but they did not see her. She was brought to shore by a wave and was found walking in the seashore in a daze. Almas David was 10 years old. She was a student of Caramel Convent in Port Blair, where her father had a petrol pump. Her mother, Rakila's home, was in the Nancro Island. The family had gone there to celebrate Christmas. When the tremor came early in the morning, the family was sleeping. Alma's father saw the sea water recede. He understood that the water would come rushing back with great force. He woke everyone up and tried to rush them to a safer place. As they ran, her grandfather was hit on the head by something and fell down. Her father rushed to help him. Then came the first giant wave that swept both of them away. Alma's mother and aunt stood clinging to the leaves of a coconut tree, calling out to her. A wave uprooted the tree, and they too were washed away. Alma saw a long wood floating. She climbed on it. Then she fainted. When she woke up, she was in a hospital in Kamurta. From there, she was brought to Port Blair. The little girl does not want to talk about the incident, which is annoying. She is still traumatized. Part 2. Now, here is a story from Thailand. The Smith family from southeast England were celebrating Christmas at a beach resort in the southern Thailand. Tilly Smith was 10-year-old South schoolgirl. Her sister was 7-year-old. Their parents were Penny and Colin Smith. It was 26 December 2004. Deadly tsunami waves were already on their way. They had been triggered by a massive earthquake of northern Sumatra earlier that morning. The water was swelling and kept coming in. Penny Smith remembered the beach was getting smaller and smaller. I did not know what was happening, but Tilly Smith sensed that something was wrong. Her mind kept going back to a geography lesson she had taken in England just 2 weeks before she flew out to Thailand with her family. till he saw the sea slowly rising and started to form bubble and form whirlpools. She remembered that she had seen this in class in a video of tsunami that had hit the Hawaiian Hawaiian Island in 1946. Her geography teacher had shown her class the video and told them that tsunami can be caused by earthquakes, volcanoes, and landslides. Tilly started to scream at her family to get off the beach. She talked about an earthquake under the sea. She got more and more hysterical, said her mother. Penny, I did not know what a tsunami was, but seeing my mother so frightened, I thought something serious must be going on. Tilly's parents took her and her sister away from the beach to swimming pool and at the hotel. A number of other tourists also left the beach with them. Then it was as if the entire sea had come out after them. I was screaming, "Run, run!" The family took refuge in the third floor of the hotel. The building withstood the surge of three tsunami waves. If they had stayed on the beach, they would not been alive. The Smiths later met other tourists who had lost entire families. Thanks to Tilly and her geography lesson, they had been forwarded. Tilly went back to her school in England and told the classmate her terrifying tale. 3. Before the giant waves slammed into the coast in India and Sri Lanka, wild and domestic animals seemed to know what was about to happen. They fled to safety according to eyewitness accounts. Elephants screamed and ran for higher grounds. Dogs refused to go outdoors. Flamingos abandoned their low-lying breeding areas, and zoo animals rushed into their shelters and could not be enticed to come back out. Many people believe that animals possess a sixth sense and know when the earth is going to shake. Some experts believe that animal more acute hearing helps them to hear or feel the earth's vibration. They can sense an approaching disaster long from humans realize what is going. We cannot be sure whether animals have a sixth sense or not, but the fact is that the giant waves that rolled through the Indian Ocean killed more than 150,000 people in a dozen countries, but not many animals have been reported dead. Along India's Kadalo coast, where thousands of people perished, buffaloes, goats, and dogs were found unharmed. The Yellup National Park in Sri Lanka is home to a variety of animals, including elephants, leopards, and 130 species of birds. 60 visitors were washed away for the Patangala beach inside the park, but no animal carcass were found, except for 2 water buffaloes. About an hour before the tsunami hit, people at Yella Park had observed 3 elephants running away from the Patangala beach. A Sri Lankan gentleman who lives on the coast near Gully said his dog would not go for their daily run on the beach. They are usually excited to go on this outing, he said, but on that day they refused to go and most probably saved his life.